Phil, I gave you a single task. Go on to the beautiful app known as Momi2. Download it, check it out, go through all 10,000 plus titles that we have on our platform, and pick one single movie that we could do a movie review about. And you picked a film called
Deer Camp 86.
That's right.
Yeah.
And Deer Camp 86, if you have not seen it, is about some deer hunters out in the woods of Michigan.
So I saw this and I immediately was like, 86 jumped up. I was born in 1986, so we got that.
There you go.
Then it was like some kids from Detroit going to mid-Michigan. I was like, dude, I grew up 10 minutes from downtown Detroit. My parents now live in northern Michigan. I grew up going hunting and fishing and, doing the whole thing.
It could have been you.
It could have been me. Which
Except
character?
you were born in 86?
Yeah.
And this took
So
place
this
in
would have been,
86, so,
yeah. And look, man, it was fun. I think it was a fun movie, like I think it was, and I love that. Like, I think the director, the writer, they're all Michigan kids. And one of them went to the Grand Valley State, which isn't, like it's, we know it. Now I will say they're West Michigan kids.
Okay.
Whereas I'm an East Michigan kid.
Total difference.
And so for anyone not from Michigan,
what side of the
you
lake
don't
are you
care,
on?
right? It's like when people say California, but if you live here and you're like the Bay versus LA, like that's a difference, right?
It's a massive difference.
Massive difference. But that's kind of how we feel in like East Michigan versus, Eastern Michigan versus Western Michigan. It's a difference, but
it's a hella difference or hecka difference or whatever they say up there.
yeah, I don't know. The Bay.
Baby.
Did you hear a voice? I heard a random voice come out of nowhere.
It depends if you're like a good boy or not, like if you curse or not. It's hella or hecka.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So what do we want to talk about? Because I don't want to give anything away.
Well, it is going to be a spoiler-free review.
Oh, yeah.
And for those of you that have not heard of Deer Camp 86, our good friend Ken is going to go ahead and drop that trailer.
The buck stops here.
Come on, let's get to camp before dark, Buck.
Tough titties, my liver's itching.
Let's get those drinks in the air and make it tough. To the high!
All right, go. Pulled one deer tag before we even got out of the truck. They smell that.
You boys were at the Peace Pipe last night, weren't you? Bartender was found murdered this morning. Too many of our girls go missing. Outsiders come up here and take more than venison.
We did not come up here to get in any trouble, Your Honor. Nope.
There's no hiding from the sins committed on these lands.
It's playing with us. Birds pray.
Where are you going?
I'm going back to Detroit, where it's safe.
We're going to do a spoiler-free review on this super quick. What was your first take on the film?
I love Buck.
Yeah.
The character of Buck, like even the little bit of cliche and things in it and like that character, but like it was, it's fun, right? Like it's, now look, I will say, I don't know if there was one female that was asked anything about the writing of it. Like it is bro humor to
100%.
the absolute T the whole way. It is a group of dudes in a room writing a script.
There's a very specific demographic.
100%. And the one thing that not that this is even about the movie, but what I appreciate as someone, coming from entertainment, they shot this thing during 2020. They shot this thing during the COVID lockdown. And where a lot of people were like, what are we doing? What's going on? Like, oh, do we need, like, and these guys locked themselves in a room, wrote this script, put it together, went out into, they took the resources that they had accessible to them at the time, went out and made a movie that is now, that you watched the trailer of, and that it's like, that is that is what we do as creatives, and of finding a way. It's like there are always going to be the people that don't find the solution.
Yeah.
And then there's going to be the people that find the solution and get into action. And like, so I will, right? Like we could get into all of the things about the, storyline, plot line. What did we like? What did we not? Because we're creative people and we like to do that.
Yeah.
But at the very simplest thing, my hat is off to those guys for going out there and doing it in a very difficult time. And then, I got to watch it and experience a little bit of, I love all the Michigan stuff and it's good times.
So you bring up they filmed it in 2020. How was the 80s aesthetic that they were able to pull off? Because it took place in 86. So.
Yeah. There was a moment when they made a joke. I'm about 10 minutes in, and I think they say something about 86. Mm-hmm. And I go, oh yeah, I forgot that this was like a period piece. Like so I think they, hey, you could have went a little harder. I'll say that. Could have went a little harder into building this like transformation into this different world. I mean, I love, like, there was one guy with like a Confederate flag. I was like, all right, man. Look, there was a lot of stuff that's like, that it hits you over the head, but it's like, that's what the movie was.
Yeah.
Like, that's what the comedy is. That's what the fun of it is. You're not taking it too serious, but there's the serious moments and it's fun. And, also like, it's interesting how much like the 80s are like warped in our brains, right? Like if you and I went to an 80s party, we're going to show up and there's going to be a bunch of people in like neon spandex.
100%.
That was a very small percentage of the 80s.
Yeah.
Like that is not really what the 80s were all about.
That was the MTV 80s.
There's the MTV 80s. So it'll be interesting to see.
Jazzercise 80s.
It'll be interesting even now, like as, the one thing I wish is I think about like, what is ours? Like, what is our Dazed and Confused, right? Dazed and Confused was made in what, early 90s, like 92, 93 maybe, and it was set 1975, I think, like graduation day 1975.
What was our Dazed and Confused?
That's what I'm saying. Like, what is our Dazed and Confused?
What is our Dazed and Confused now, or when we were...
Like, no, like something that is made for our generation. Like, I graduated high school in 2004.
Yeah, I was 03.
Right? Like, where is our movie that's set in 2004, 2003 that came out 15, 20 years later? Like, what is it? There was the one movie with like Rumor Wilson where she goes back. I don't know. Is that the right name? Rebel Wilson, yeah. I know TV kind of. I know reality TV. I don't know. I'm not.
Well, then I'm thinking like Anchorman kind of, because it's like made now, but then it's a period piece.
But it wasn't. But it's not high school, right? It's not like. I get that. So it's like, where is ours?
Entourage was kind of.
But that was present. That was like the.
No, I get it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what do we have?
That
what movie is set in the early 2000s that has come out recently that does a decent job of
I'll have to think
selling, because like my dad can watch. My dad graduated high school in 1975. Mm-hmm. He can watch Dazed and Confused and just laugh because there's so much of the truth of what it was like.
Yeah.
He gets to actually transport back to his high school days with that movie. Where it's like, I don't know what we have.
I will say people are probably afraid to make a movie today about that time.
Dude, I went
think about the humor that took place.
I went and watched American Pie.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
And like American Pie was not it wasn't that racy when it came out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I watched other stuff that was far
Well, it's like people
worse.
listening to Eminem today. Like listening to some of his albums for the first time.
Some of my favorite, I don't watch a lot of reaction stuff. I will watch
those
Gen Zers.
The Gen Z reactions
watching,
to Eminem,
like listening
Slim
to
Shady.
Eminem. Oh, dude. It's so good.
Yeah.
Like
He said, what about his mom? No.
Dude, it's so good, man.
We're getting so far off topic from this movie, and but incredible movie. So how is the horror comedy balance? That's something that's so important for horror, that you need to have good comedy, but sometimes it can be too comedic. How is that balance that they were able to achieve with that?
They do a great job. I think music, sound effects, they use them in the right moments. I think they do a good job there. Yeah. I think it's definitely more. And look, the character of Buck is your comedy guy.
Yeah. Like
he is a huge percentage of the comedy of that one.
Huge, yeah.
So I don't want to say that it was like that they didn't mesh well.
Yeah.
look, there were a couple of hit and miss moments that like a joke that was supposed to bring a little bit of levity, like probably I can think of one instance, but I won't say it because I don't want to ruin anything. But like there's one instance where a joke comes in and you're like, that would have been a really great opportunity to go really scary and go like traditional horror and like make that a really, really crazy moment.
Yeah.
With a lot of depth and fear involved. And we took a shortcut and we went to a joke. But so I think it's, I think it was I think they did a good job. I think it's a fun movie. I think it's, if you know what you're getting into with it, you're going to enjoy the thing.
Yeah. It was made for under $100,000.
Yeah.
And it's great for a horror film.
I think he said, I read one review where he said it was like $4 and a bucket of chicken.
Yeah. He's very well known for that. And actually the director actually used a pseudonym for this.
Yeah, I saw that.
Because he makes like Christian films.
Okay.
And so to make a horror comedy, he didn't want to use his name, but people know who he is now.
Yeah, they
so
know.
It's like, it's what it is. He's the director of God's Not Dead.
Okay.
And so he made this, but it used a crazy pseudonym for it. And rightly so. And obviously during COVID, so maybe that's where I did it. I don't know why. I guess I need to ask him, why did you do it? But for making it under 100K, it's not hidden that it is a creature feature.
Mm-hmm.
How believable and how good was the design of the creature?
I thought the creature was dope.
I thought it was under 100K.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool.
Not just like the look and the predator look kind of the mask.
The mask was good.
But then like
the little effect,
special effects of the little body.
But in it not being like trying to do too much.
Yeah.
I will say, I don't know if that's gonna. All I'm gonna say, the car.
Yeah. Well done. Yeah.
In all of it. I was taking notes. I was watching it because I didn't know how in depth we were gonna go. I know how, right? So I'm taking notes as I'm watching it. And the beginning of the car, that's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
I was like, oh, that's cool. And then it got way cooler. So I had noted it and I was like, oh, that's really cool. I like that they did that. And then it got way cooler after that. Mm-hmm. And I was like, dude, that was awesome.
I'm with you on that. 100%.
Yeah.
Would you recommend this film?
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
Such a cool fun. Cool fun watch. Friday night.
Unless you're from Ohio, because we don't want your kind around here.
Well, I'm not going to get into that because we've had some guests on from Ohio and they've been amazing. So
no, I'm kidding. No,
I get it.
I joke with them, even like I went to Michigan State, the Michigan State rivalry. I like guys will, oh, how do you feel? I go, I feel like I cared when I was 18. I'm 39 years old. I've lived in California.
Yeah, I care when they play a football game.
And I kind of care. Like, do I really care? Like, no, dude. Like, do I know any of those guys with the helmet on? I've never met one of them.
Yeah.
Like, you want your team to do good, and like we like to joke about Michigan versus Ohio, but like, do I care? No, man. Be a good person. Yeah, that's it.
So typical letterboxd rating. We'll use the Momi2 star. How many stars out of 5 would you give this film?
Let's go 4.
4 stars. I think that's a great rating.
4 stars.
100%.
Always room for improvement. It's a good fun. It doesn't try to be anything that it's not. It's fun. It's a good watch. It moves.
Absolutely.
Although I will say, I think the lead is a little too good looking. He's a little too good looking sometimes. We should have dirtied him up a bit.
I agree with that.
He might be a little too good looking.
He was good looking. Yeah. But go watch that. Deer Camp 86. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Philip A. Barb, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on the podcast. Cannot wait for my editor to edit this.
He's gonna have such a good time.
He's gonna have such a great time.
And it's cool that he didn't have to listen to it once. Like he's only had to go through it one time. He didn't have to like listen to it, get recorded, and then have to redo it all over again. Like that would have been a mess. But the fact that he doesn't know what is coming his way, he's a lucky guy.
Thanks for spending your time with us today on the More For Me and You podcast. If you've made it to the end, we appreciate you. Now, go do us a quick favor. Please like, comment, and share this episode. And before you go, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode with the incredible guests we have coming up. You can also follow us at Momi2 Podcast on Instagram and on TikTok. Oh, and for your next movie night, check out the Momi2 app. It's free and packed with amazing movies and shows you've probably never seen. Until next time, take care, stay safe, and we'll see you in the pod.